Hello there. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not mean to spray you with the bottle. My bad. Complete accident. What can I get you to drink today? You're unsure. Okay. No problem at all. Let's take a look here. If you notice, there's a couple down there, and they have ordered the one in the martini glass is actually a Sour Patch Martini. Yeah. Oh, they're looking this way. Hi. How you doing? And the person she's with, they have a Long Island iced tea. And you'll notice there is another couple down there. They have a Sex on the Beach. And it looks like the gentleman there has probably, I believe I poured him just a Jack and Coke. Yeah, nothing fancy. Just to give you some ideas of what we have here. Oh, your shirt's a little wet there. Here, it's not too filthy yet. Let me just, sorry about that. Just make sure I get right there. I'm so sorry about that. There you go. If you would like, I also have just some basic drinks as well. Right. Yeah, I have water. I have soda. Seltzer water even. Yeah, so if you're in the mood for just something normal like that, that won't be a problem. Let me take a look at what I have here. Well, possibly whiskey. We have all different types, as I'm sure you can see. We have the basics, but one of my favorite types of whiskey I actually recently found is Sexton. It is a funny name, that is true, but it's a single malt whiskey, Irish whiskey, and it has a really smooth taste to it. Now, I don't claim to be some type of whiskey connoisseur or anything like that. I don't really identify notes of taste. Yeah. But I can tell you that it is smooth. I just really like the look and feel of the bottle, It has a really cool design. Right? It's pretty neat. And it has this really interesting skull character. You see that? They're also on the lid as well. And they even have a little horse and buggy skeleton crew. Pretty cool. some of the caption for you, just to give you a feel for it. It says, "Show up before dawn, and you'll catch on the cool morning breeze the unmistakable oak from breathing casks once filled with Spanish sherry, now brimming with aqua vitae, or vita, I believe is how you say that. Steal a drop, savor the notes of rich dried fruit and complexity, driven by years in a deep oak-encased slumber. You see, to be the sexton is a spiritual trade, and whiskey is his favorite spirit." Sounds pretty epic. You're unsure? Would you like to smell it? Sure. Here, smell the cork. It's pretty good. It has I guess they're right, like a sherry wine type of smell to it. Yeah. So that's one option. If you're more in the mood for something like wine, one of my favorites is actually a cheaper wine. I know. You would think, for being a bartender, I would be more interested in finer wines. And though we do sell them here, and I am familiar with them, most of them, honestly, I don't care for. Yeah. Especially dry wines. No thanks. I like a flavorful wine, even though if you drink too much, you might get a headache or things like that. But that's just how I am. And this is a really cheap bottle of wine, comparatively. It is called Sweet Walter Red. And I like it for a few reasons. Number one, it's very affordable. I think this was like $11.99 in a store. If you're buying just retail, that's not wholesale. But then you also have these fun little animations here. And I don't know, I just think that's really interesting. And just fun. And it tastes great. Have you ever had this before? No? You should try it. I do love that sound, don't you? This is just a fun alcohol. Very fun wine. And I think drinking should be that way for the most part. You know, you always see in different movies and television shows, you'll see an individual drinking because of how depressed and sad they are. And though you do get the other side as well, seeing people having fun drinking in media, I don't always view alcohol as a vehicle to escape. You know, I think that's where it gets dangerous. Instead, I view it as a way to socialize. And having something fun like this, I think it adds to that. Yeah. So anyway, I'll go ahead and put this down. We have different types as well. We have white wine, red wine, dry and sweet. Would you like a glass of the Walters? You're unsure? No problem. Let me see what else we have here. Now, this is one of my favorite alcoholic beverages. It's called the Kraken. It's a dark rum. Customers really love it as well. And number one, I absolutely love the design of this bottle. The little handles here, the art of the Kraken itself. Secondly, I'm a big fan of things like cryptids and mythological creatures, the Kraken being one of those. And I just think it's cool. So, as if you can't tell, I'm sold pretty easily on things that are cool or interesting. And being a dark rum, it is very smooth in terms of rum, in my opinion. And it pairs well with things like ginger beer. Now this is a 94 proof, so it's 47% alcohol by volume. To give you an idea, in comparison, the Sweet Walters red wine was only 11% alcohol by volume. Now, I use this to make my favorite mixed drink, or one of my favorites. And it's a drink called a dark and stormy. It's very moody. And it's actually quite tasty. It's a mixture of dark rum, ginger beer, and a little bit of lime. And it's quite delicious. Would you like me to make you one of those? Perhaps? Okay. It's worth it. Now, I'll let you kind of smell that. You're right. It does smell a bit sweet. That's just the way rum usually is. Fun fact, rum was created in the 17th century. It was created down in the Caribbean when the colonial powers that existed at the time down there were growing sugar cane to produce sugar. They would have a lot of industrial waste from the process of boiling the sugar cane and compressing it and so on. And as a result, that waste was called molasses. And the laborers at the time, which were predominantly slaves, unfortunately, they discovered that there existed enough sugar inside of that waste, or molasses, to attract yeast. And so they bottled up the molasses and allowed it to ferment. And lo and behold, they created rum. Pretty interesting, huh? And those colonial powers found that to be an opportunity to make a lot of money. And not too long after, rum had become very popular in the American colonies. So popular, in fact, that it was estimated that the average American consumed 3.5 gallons of rum each year. So, would you like to try some Kraken? Maybe? Okay. Well, if you want, I can make you a mixed drink, or I can just grab you a soda for now. Okay. No problem. We carry Coke products here. Sure. Well, if you're interested, we actually got a new type of Coke. Yeah. It's this little can, and it's Coca-Cola Starlight. Have you tried it yet? Yeah, I just had it myself. It's a limited release, from what I understand. Limited edition. I kind of like it. Not gonna lie, at first the taste was a little bit off-putting, just because I couldn't really discern what flavor it was, because it just says space flavored. However, I actually enjoyed it. And from what I can tell online, it seems to be a type of raspberry, if I'm not mistaken. But I might be. So we do have this. Or we also have a Coke Zero. Yeah, I really like this. And I can get you a glass if you want as well. Sure. You want the Coke Zero for now? Yeah, I could do that for you. And would you like ice? Okay. Let me make sure this is clean. Seems good enough. And let me grab that ice for you. Yeah, I tend to keep them in a ice tray. You want to check this out? This is for my own personal use, but if you want, you can certainly take a couple cubes out of here. Yeah, keep it in the freezer down here. Here, try it out. Yeah, you can pick your own. Sure. Perfect. And let's go ahead and make that drink for you. It's a bit loud, I know. We tend to keep it pretty quiet here when it's later in the night. I love that sound too. Here. I'll pour it in here for you. Wait for the suds to die down a bit. Would you like a lime or anything like that? Yeah, sure. I keep them fresh in the fridge like this. Oh, here's a pretty good piece. There you are. I do feel that it enhances the flavor as well. And then you put it around the rim. That way you get a little bit in every sip. There you are. How's your drink? Tasty, right? Yeah. Oh, no, I can't drink while on the job. Maybe I can have like one or two at the end of a shift, normally after we've closed, but that's really about the extent of what I can do with that. But I'll tell you what though, I will definitely drink with you. Yeah. I'll have a Coke with you. A Starlight. No, we're not affiliated with Coke or sponsored by them in any way. Unfortunately. Could you imagine that? The ad revenue would be crazy. Well, here's to a good night, I suppose. I've always had trouble with cheersing, have you? Yeah, I just feel that it takes a little bit of skill to come up with a good cheers. I always feel for the bridesmaids or the best man that have to give speeches. I think it's the maid of honor on the wife's side. They have to give the speeches, you know. It's a lot of pressure. I've not had to do that yet. Have you? Well, I do hope you enjoy your drink, and as I said, I have plenty more here and back on the shelves in case you would like to try anything else. It's actually really good. You want to try some? No? No worries. It's got the regular Coke flavor, but also with a little bit of I guess it's a raspberry flavor. I get a little hint of that. Yeah, there's just something to it that makes it enjoyable. It's hard to pinpoint. Yeah. No, actually, I have not tried it with any alcohol yet. No rum or whiskey. It's a good idea, though. well, I'll finish this up, and I hope you have yourself a good rest of your night. Please come back if you need me for anything, okay? Cheers, friends.